Hello, and welcome to the next walkthrough from the Kingdom of the Outlands. Today we are going to be focusing on how to do Kingdom level award submissions. We are focusing on the Kingdom level award submission process, not Baronial, and we'll cover that a little bit further on. The first step is to get to the Kingdom of the Outlands webpage. If you have it favorited, fantastic. Just head on over there. If you don't, all you have to do is type in Kingdom of the Outlands, and the first result will usually be outlands.org. If you're familiar with this page, then fantastic. If not, this is the web page for the kingdom. It has links to the calendar itself, it has links to the various groups within the kingdom, the officers and the royalty, and then various resources. For today, dealing with the award recommendation process, we will be looking at the resources, specifically for members. Right here is the award recommendation link. Click on it, and it will take you to this page where it has the awards. There are two links that are specifically of notice. Submit a recommendation, and this is where we'll be going today, and then view award information. This will take you to the Wimble Herald, and this acts as the Outlands order of precedence, which, if you are unfamiliar with what that is, it is basically a listing of who has which awards and when they received them, as well as a listing of the awards themselves, their charter, descriptions, and award membership lists. We will not be getting into that today. We will be covering that another time. For today, for submitting a recommendation, simply click on it, and it brings you into the submit award recommendation process. Now, you may have noticed that we are in an incognito window. This is in order to show that you do not need to have an account made in order to submit an award. Now, there are certain fields that are required, but you do not have to have every single piece of information on someone if you do not know it. So, for example, if you know someone's name, you could say that they are Robert de Guy de Gilbert. I do not know if this is an actual person, just a name I'm picking off the top of my head. You could also say Robert of Outlands or Robert of Arkell or whatever their local group might be. If they have an SCA registered name, this is where it would be included. If they don't, Robert of Arkell, Robert of Citadel of the Southern Pass, Robert of Fontaine, Robert of wherever is sufficient. If you know their mundane name, that's where you would put it in right here. The award that you are suggesting for them. We have another link back to Wimble, which is the order of precedence and has the awards. So you can also check if someone already has an award. The awards here are the kingdom level awards, so you will not see the various baronial level awards on this listing. The baronial level awards will appear in the Wimble Herald, so you'll be able to see if they have them, but this award submission process is for the kingdom side of things. So maybe you think that Robert de Guy is deserving of an award for service. You could say it is a stag. Well, that's not all that is required. You are also required to put in some sort of recommendation as to why this good gentle is worthy of the award that you're suggesting. You could simply say they are awesome, but this does not really give their majesties, who are making these decisions, something to go off of. An idea of why their service, for example, might be worthy of a stag, or perhaps it might be worthy of an award but not quite a stag, so they give another award, or they pass it on to the local baronial side of things so they can address it there if it is more appropriate in that format. You want to give a good recommendation so that the royals, if they are unfamiliar with the person you are recommending, can have an idea of the good works. So Robert the guy you think is worthy of a stag because he has helped run a dozen events in the last 2 years. He has been an event steward. He has worked as the local shire's exchequer for a full 2 year stint. He has also served on retinue for local baronial retinue. He has been incredibly welcoming and all these other things. That's the sort of thing that you want to include. You want to include the group that the recommended individual is from. If you do not know, you can just put unknown group. If they live in Kingdom Lands and not within the border of a recognized group, Outlands is acceptable as well. You want to try to make sure you select the right group if at all possible, partly so that if their majesties are unfamiliar with them, they can inquire into the local groups, but also so that if they choose to grant an award, they can also ensure that they are aware of the events that this person might be attending. For example, if the person is from Citadel of the Southern Pass, but they are said to be part of Windkeep by accident, it might be quite difficult to get the award to the right location for them. Not impossible, just makes it easier. If you have their member number, this is more common with family members or very close friends, you are absolutely encouraged to put it in here. This is appears on their membership ID cards from the society as a whole. Pronouns are particularly useful for the scribes who might be making the awards so that they can have the correct pronouns for the individual. The Wimble ID is from the Wimble Herald side of things. Within it, you have local groups, and we will have another video that will be in the link down below on how to organize this more directly. But when you go to someone's name within Wimble Herald, their personal ID number is at the top. This is a function of Wimble, not of the society. So this helps their majesties so they do not grant repeated awards. It also helps the scribes so that they can confirm what arms an individual has if they have any. The submitter information is yourself. Now, your own society name, if you have one registered. If not, perhaps you are Sarah of Outlands. That is entirely acceptable. You do not have to have a registered name in order to make a submission. Your local branch, again, you can put unknown or the Outlands itself, or you can put out of kingdom if you have friends or family who want to submit an award for someone in the Outlands. You can absolutely send them this video and the links to the award recommendation website, which will also be in the description of the video. They can submit it. Their first name and last name and an email address. You, or rather the email that you submit here, will receive a copy of the submission so that you can keep track of if you have submitted it, or you can check later if you left something out and submit another one. And then, of course, finally, there is the Are You a Robot? An important thing to note, you do not need to have the award that you are submitting someone for. Perhaps you have an Argent Heart, but you do not have a flower. But you believe that Robert DeGuy, or whoever it is you are submitting, is worthy of a flower. You do not need to have it. Once you click submit, a copy of this is sent to the email address listed here. A copy is also sent to the Majesty's email, and if there are sitting heirs, to the heirs as well, so that they can make their decisions and compare to previous recommendations if there are any for this particular combination of award and recommended individual. This is the process for the kingdom level awards. Each barony is, of course, entitled to recognize individuals with their own awards. That process is different for each barony. Within their own websites, so for example, the Barony of Arkell, you have the awards and you can come down here and do their award recommendations. But not all of the baronies have the process set up the exact same way. Within Kerguelen, it's over here to resources. Within Kerta, it is under Barony. Citadel has under awards and history. Dragonspine is award. It's under resources. Unserhofen is under court and officers. Within each of these, this is how you would submit an award for their own local award. So if you wanted to submit someone for a Defender of Thermopylae, that would be a Citadel award specifically under their own website, so that will go to their coronet. If you wanted to submit an Antares Kano for Albron, that would be over here, so that it's going to the correct individuals. This has been a brief overview of the award submission for the Kingdom level awards for the Kingdom of the Outlands. We hope it has been helpful, and we will have further walkthroughs coming up soon. Thank you very much.